2018 Leaf, MSRP almost 30,000, and again, you can take like 10,000 off that, right? With all the incentives. That range is 150 miles. Here's the Tesla Model 3, it's out front. You'll see that from 35,000, and they now have put in the all-wheel drive ones at very affordable, down in the 30,000, and you get your Fed tax, and that's up to a 300-mile range. And we have great superchargers all up and down 395. So the Chevy Volt, this is a plug-in hybrid, and it won the car of the year in the year that it came out. Love this car because it has 53 miles all electric and a total range of 420. So I was just talking to someone earlier who lives in the LA area, and they just never drive on gas. They're 53 miles electric, serves them all the time. And that one, and then also the tax credit, etc. So affordable. And you can get some used ones of those as well. And here's the Mitsubishi Outlander, which has got all that cargo space. It tows 1,500 pounds and is a great car. And we'll have that at National Drive Electric Week in Mammoth. We'll have that on display. And here's the Model X, which my granddaughter loved. She thought that was such a cool picture. And it's pricey, but it has room for a lot of people and a lot of stuff, and it's very powerful. And here's the Chevy Bolt, also was car of the year, 238-mile range, and that starts in the mid-30s. MSRP, and again, you've got your incentives. And now, my personal favorite that is the new car that's bigger than a Bolt and affordable. It's the Kona EV and goes 258 miles of range, and people I talk to are getting 300. So range is getting longer, prices are coming down. Pretty soon your gas car is going to start, losing value. Think about that. Could happen. It will happen. So electric vehicles are quite simply a better technology. They're a technology whose time has come. EVs are better, faster, safer, and cheaper to own and operate. We invite you to come out. This will be our second one. We have National Drive Electric Day at Mammoth Lakes in the Village on the 14th of September, where you can come and ride along in a whole bunch of EVs and try them out for yourself. So thank you for your interest in electric vehicles. And again, I can't really end this without a shout out to young people. So this is my granddaughter sitting right there, and it is the reason I get up every day to talk about the climate. Thank you.
Questions for Raejean?
Yes. So is there an effect of temperature? So cold temperature, or if the car's sitting for a long time, does the
Yes, and yes. And I'm not a super technical. This is where Ron would give you a much more a technical answer, but yes. And so, your car doesn't hold quite as much charge in cold temperatures. Those are impactful things. So you just have to plan accordingly. Other questions? Yes, up there.
In terms of energy policy, so in the Obama administration, there was a big push towards renewables, but transportation reform is not a big part of that. What are your thoughts going forward on how we can bring these different sectors more together in terms of proposing new legislation, new policy, and keeping different sectors working together?
Yeah, it's very challenging. I think one of the big things that stands in the way when I look at the entire country is the lack of accessibility to people. So a variety of models. We are so lucky here in California to be a ZEV state. Everybody know what that means, a zero emission vehicle state. And that means that when an automaker like Kia comes in here, the government, California says, you can't sell a Kia Soul without also selling some electric. Your mix has to be such that you are selling electric cars along with gas cars. And that has brought more to accessibility and for people to be able to, this could take up a whole conversation of how to get everybody to work together. But personally, I think that, it's kind of like our basic freedoms. We deserve to have the choice of a clean fueled vehicle. And in 6 states, you can't buy a Tesla. Did you know that? Right. And so we need to tell whoever can alter these things to allow everyone to be able to have the freedom of choice to pick any clean fuel vehicle that they want and remove some of these obstacles. I think removing the obstacles and getting more states to be ZEV states, that seems to be working. ZEV states do work. Yeah.
John, I watched an interview with Governor Jay Inslee of the state of Washington yesterday. He's also running for president. And in the state of Washington, they've set a deadline. This is off the top of my head, but I think it's 2025. 50% of the vehicles have to be EV. And his state government, half the vehicles they buy are BEV.
Thank you for that. That's absolutely true, and that was a big win. That was a big win. How that's going to happen, given these statistics on people keeping their cars longer and all that type of thing, we're just going to have to increase public awareness. And with electric auto, we encourage you to come out, be so curious about EVs that you can't stop buying one. And then what we find is that people are so enthusiastic that they want to share their electric vehicle life, and so that increases adoption, and I think that's going to have a rollover effect. And I encourage you all to participate in the electrification of transportation movement. Yeah.
So you talked about how much it costs to buy an electric vehicle, but so how much does it cost? What's the cost of buying electricity to charge up your electric car versus the cost of gas to fill up your gas car?
Good question. So what does it cost to charge, and how does it compare to gas? So there are a lot of depends, but I will say that a good rule of thumb is you are spending 2 to 4 times, and even more in this era, as much on your gas as you would if that goes to electric. Because what happens is SCE and others do time of use rates where you're plugging in overnight at very cheap rates, but even the regular rate, you are never going to spend more on gas than you spent. You can I encourage people, figure it out, add it all up. At the end of the year, you can go on a cruise. Honestly. Yeah.
Just a quick question about all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive vehicles. I'm interested in seeing the first electric car that's actually four-wheel drive, where you can put it in, or from two-wheel drive to four-wheel drive. And I wonder if you have any insights on what's up and coming. I know about the Model 3 being all-wheel drive.
Yeah, and
many of those other cars were all-wheel drive.
So question is all-wheel drive. Go out to our table out there and please avail yourself of all kinds of literature. But we've got, and also out with the cars, a laminate piece that highlights every all-wheel drive vehicle that's available. And that Mitsubishi, by the way, when I bought it, the guy told me it was a better all-wheel drive system than Subaru. And I'm like, what? And apparently the car is so smart that it can readjust how much power it sends to each wheel based on what wheel is out of control and spinning. So the all-wheel drive capability is really, really good in the cars that are there. I mean, we wish there were more, and we wish there were more less expensive ones. I mean, the Jaguar I-Pace is another excellent one. But have a look out there, be curious, have a look. We've got a lot of information on electric auto. We encourage you to subscribe to us. We are 100%, member funded. We are very pure. We don't take $1 from automakers or anyone else. So I encourage you to come on out and subscribe to our mailing list to stay in touch. Thank you.
Okay, let's go look at the cars. 15 minutes, we'll call you back.